Welcome to Whatever You Need, the place where truth meets curiosity and emotions unfold behind the glitter of fame. Before we begin today's story, a story that has sent shockwaves through Turkish entertainment, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and click the join option to support our growing family. Every single one of you helps us bring you the stories others only dare to whisper. And today, we're diving into a rumor that has shaken fans to the core, a tale of love, silence, and separation between two of Turkey's most admired stars, Afra Saraçoğlu and Mert Ramazan Demir. For months, they were the golden couple of Turkish television. Their chemistry, first born on the set of Yali Kapkini, had leapt from screen to real life, transforming them into the most talked-about romance in recent memory. But now, the fairy tale seems to have cracked. According to multiple insider sources, Afra Saraçoğlu has left the home she shared with Mert Ramazan Demir, marking what many are calling the beginning of a serious emotional rupture. People close to the couple describe growing tension, unspoken frustrations, and a love weighed down by fame's invisible chains. And though neither Afra nor Mert has spoken publicly, their silence has only fueled speculation, because sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. It all began when whispers spread that Afra had hurriedly packed some of her belongings and left the shared apartment. Days later, those whispers had evolved into headlines. Insiders claim that Afra moved back in with her family, seeking peace and emotional space after weeks of escalating disagreements. Though her departure appeared sudden, those close to her suggest it had been brewing for some time, the result of an unhealed distance that had quietly settled between the two actors. According to one close friend, Afra confided, "I just need to breathe again." Simple words, yet enough to ignite a storm. Their relationship began like a script written for the stars. On Yali Kapkini, their on-screen spark became undeniable, and soon, audiences were convinced that their love story had jumped from fiction into reality. When the couple were finally photographed hand in hand, their fans erupted in joy. The perfect pair, tabloids called them. But behind the cameras, things weren't always picture-perfect. As both careers skyrocketed, the spotlight that once felt magical began to burn. Mert Ramazan Demir, devoted to his craft yet protective of his private life, struggled with the increasing attention. Afra, ambitious and independent, sought more freedom and personal space. What had started as admiration slowly turned into friction. Work schedules clashed. Expectations collided. And the very fame that brought them together began to pull them apart. In recent months, observant fans noticed subtle but telling signs. Afra appeared alone more frequently, posting introspective photos with cryptic captions like "New beginnings are not endings." Meanwhile, Mert kept his distance from social media, leaving fans guessing. They were still polite in public, professional, graceful, yet the warm energy they once radiated together seemed dimmed. Behind the scenes, whispers grew louder. Friends reportedly witnessed tense exchanges, disagreements over privacy, and exhaustion from their relentless careers. According to one source, they love each other, but sometimes love isn't enough when both are drowning in pressure. The rumor exploded after a tabloid reported that Afra had left their home abruptly following another argument. Within hours, the news spread across digital platforms like wildfire. Hashtags like #AfraandMert and #TheyMightReconcile began trending, with thousands of fans pleading for clarity, comfort, or closure. Some posts carried hope. They'll find their way back to each other, just like in their series. Others were more somber. Maybe love isn't enough when fame becomes the third person in the relationship. And through it all, both Afra and Mert remained silent, dignified, perhaps heartbroken, but silent nonetheless. Sources close to Afra say her decision wasn't made in anger, but in exhaustion. The actress, known for her emotional depth and self-awareness, reportedly told friends she needed to reconnect with herself before making any long-term decisions. Her move to stay with her family in Istanbul, insiders claim, was meant as a temporary retreat, not necessarily a breakup but a pause. She hasn't shut the door, one source insists. She just needs to find peace. The love hasn't died, it's just suffocating under too much noise. In the meantime, Afra has thrown herself into her next television project, focusing on her career and trying to regain emotional balance. Her colleagues describe her as composed, though quieter than usual, the kind of calm that hides an ocean beneath. While Mert Ramazan Demir has remained publicly silent, insiders describe him as equally affected. Known for his reserved and introspective nature, he has reportedly struggled to process the sudden distance. Friends say he often retreats into his work when faced with emotional turmoil, and this time is no different. Mert's schedule is packed with new projects, interviews, and brand collaborations. But behind the confident exterior, those close to him hint at a man quietly hurting. He's not angry, one insider shared. He's confused. He knows she needs space, but he's afraid space might turn into goodbye. Relationships built under the spotlight rarely breathe easily. Every smile, every distance, every absence becomes a headline. For Afra and Mert, who once symbolized passion and poise, the public gaze has turned into both admiration and a burden. The long workdays, the unending speculation, and the constant intrusion have all left their marks. What makes this story especially poignant is that both of them, despite the noise, are said to still care deeply for each other. But caring doesn't always heal what fame destroys. At Whatever You Need, we don't just tell stories, we try to understand the hearts inside them. What do you think, dear viewers? Can love survive fame, jealousy, and exhaustion? Do you believe Afra and Mert will find their way back to each other? Share your thoughts below. And if this story resonated with you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and tap the join button to help us continue exploring the emotional depth behind celebrity headlines. Because love, real love, deserves to be told, even when it hurts. As of now, neither Afra Saraçoğlu nor Mert Ramazan Demir has released an official statement. Yet the silence surrounding them has only intensified the fascination. Those who know them best believe this is a pause, not an ending, a moment of reflection, not rejection. But whether they will reunite or quietly drift apart remains one of the great unanswered questions in Turkish entertainment. Whatever the outcome, one thing is undeniable: the rumor that Afra has left home has become more than gossip. It's a mirror of modern love, a reminder that even in glamour, hearts can ache, and even under fame, people long for peace. You've been watching Whatever You Need, where every story is more than a headline, it's a heartbeat. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into Afra and Mert's evolving story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. And if you want to go the extra mile, click join to become part of our inner circle and help us keep telling stories with empathy, honesty, and heart. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and remember, behind every celebrity smile lies a very human soul.